The following material is for private use only and is copyright of Sittingbourne Community Radio Limited. It is not to be used or reproduced without prior written permission.
And as we've been saying throughout the programme, we have Gary Chadwick with us, who is the District Commissioner of the Sittingbourne and Milton Scout Group. Is that, have I got that the right way round, Gary?
You have now, Mark, yes.
Right, so welcome to this is your monthly update, isn't it, what goes on with the Scouts?
It is
in this area.
Yes.
So you were involved in the St George's Day parade, you were telling me, in the centre of town earlier on in the sort of in April.
Yes, on the 26th of April, the event that Sarah and Andrea put on for and the rest of the retail communication for Sittingbourne, and they so kindly asked for the Scouts to get involved in the day as well. The whole district got involved for the whole day. We was down at St Michael's Church area, where we set up a mock camping area and had various displays and activities. One of the highlights was the early thing of Camp Jam Donuts, which were very popular.
Ooh, lovely.
We're going to put them on all day next year, I think, because obviously there's a lot of people asking about them later on in the afternoon. We also did some rope making, we had a scavenger hunt, we sang some campfire songs, and even had some reptiles to handle.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, a good day all round from there.
What reptiles did you have?
Well, we had a snake, some type of gecko thing, those sorts of reptiles. One of our leaders with another group in the district, is one of his hobbies, so he brought them down, because once again that's one of the sort of badges that the Beavers, Cubs and Scouts get involved in.
Yeah, because I was saying earlier on that with the badges that you do, it's all different now, isn't it, to what it used to be. There's a lot more badges nowadays, isn't there?
Yes, there's really a badge for every single activity that anybody can take part in nowadays. Right, say from even social media skills now are on the badge list, and right down to the basic camping skills that are still there. So we still have the traditional badges, but scouting is fully there in the 21st century.
So when you did your St George's Day thing, did you get many people coming up and saying, "Oh, I'm interested in joining the Scouts"? Did you get many of that?
We did. We had some special postcards printed to hand out to people that were showing an interest, and from that day alone, I have actually had 2 adults request to join the movement, and we've had over half a dozen children as well asking to join the movement, which we've put them in touch with the local groups where they lived in Sittingbourne.
That's amazing, because I mean when I was many years ago, when I was a lad, it's about 30 years ago, it wasn't cool to be in the Scouts then for some reason, anything like that. What do you think's changed to make people more interested these days?
I would say that actually the popularity started when we had our centenary in 2007, and the Scout hierarchy, the headquarters, did a super publicity stunt by having Peter Duncan, the old Blue Peter presenter.
Oh, yeah, I remember him, the Daredevil presenter.
He became our chief scout, and did a superb publicity thing, which then made it cool and more sort of hip to be part of the Scout movement. And now, of course, our chief scout is Bear Grylls, who's now doing his second tenure in that role.
All right, because last Saturday, it was the Beavers Camp, I believe.
Yes, the Beavers, the youngest age range in the Scout movement, aged 6 to 8. They had their district camp at Betson Lane. Though it was very windy, it didn't blow away the children's enthusiasm.
I was going to say, yeah, it was quite well. I mean, when it's windy like that, how do you keep the tents down? Sort of, is it just good guy ropes?
It is good guy ropes, and some of the winching things that go over lorries. We had a couple of tents winched down as well from doing that to stop the wind taking them away.
So what sort of things go on at the Beaver Camp?
Well, this Beaver Camp, we had a theme of sort of celebrity get me out of here. And so we had 3 zones of ocean, beach and jungle, which included activities such as crossbows, map making, sensory trail, and also eating some bugs.
Eating bugs?
Eating bugs, yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Some little,
bugs.
Bugs, yeah.
So I wasn't listening properly. Yeah. There's some bugs.
It's my accent there, Tony, isn't it? I say Tony as well, isn't it, Mark?
It's You've just on the cardinal sin, you called me Tony.
Yeah, I do apologise.
There will be punishments afterwards, young man. Yeah, so what? Real live bugs? They ate real live bugs?
Yeah, there was real live, but there was dead by the time they had them. But yes, there was. Yeah. But yes, there was proper bugs that's been there. Some sort of little crickety type things, and obviously some leaders had to do that. And then on the final day, on the Sunday morning, the Beavers selected a certain leader to eat this real big crockety bug, which was about 3 inches long. Thankfully, they didn't pick me, but the leader from Iwade, he had to take a big bite out of this bug.
I was going to say, you know, was it you that you obviously got off lightly that weekend then?
I did, yes. It was not too bad there. And some of the other things they got into was obviously we had some inflatables come along, where like big bouncy castles, and they had a special visit from Captain Jack Sparrow as well on the Saturday afternoon.
So they all sort of obviously like that, or the children like that, did they?
They did. They liked the piratey type things they was doing for that. And it became a good taster for the Beavers to let them know what camp is about as they develop their scouting skills.
So, do they learn to cook around the campfire at those? Is that a bit too young?
That's a bit too young. Some groups do it in a smaller group, but like I said, we had over 150 children there at the weekend. So we didn't do as much as any sort of fire activities on that weekend. But smaller groups do that. We do a little bit. I know that certain groups are doing it in the near future as the summer months come along.
Because when my sister was in the Brownies, there always used to be a camp round about the Whitsun Bank Holiday as well. Is that still going on?
This traditional, I know of groups. There's 2 or 3 groups going away actually the Whitsun weekend for the long bank holiday. It's sort of now when the camping season starts to kick in with the groups. So a lot are away now every weekend, doing these small camps leading up to a big camp usually in the August holidays.
I also say, because I mean every organisation has one of those, don't they? And my sister, when she left the Brownies, she joined a thing called the Woodcraft, and they had a big fortnightly camp in August.
Yes.
Is that what the Scouts do, something similar to that?
Yeah, they do that similar. Last year, the Kent Scouts, they held the Kent International Jamboree at Detling. And this year, there's other counties holding their international camps. There's, I think there's one in Windsor this year, which is called Wings. And there's other camps away as well abroad, which quite a lot of groups go to as well. There's a group from Sittingbourne this year going to Kandersteg in Switzerland.
Oh, so it's international. It's all international now as well. It's not
all international. Yes, Mark. Yes.
So it's come a long way since I used to know about the Scouts and sort of help out with my neighbour who was a Scout master in the old Scout bands. In fact, the Scouts were one of the first sort of organisations to recycle, weren't they? Because in the 1970s, we used to save all our newspapers and give them to our neighbour so that he could go and recycle them.
Yeah, that's true. We still do that. It's very popular in Sittingbourne, that is, with the paper mills nearby. A lot of groups do their paper collections for their fundraising throughout the year.
Oh yeah, because they also used to collect can rings as well, and to melt them down for. We was always collecting can rings for them and everything when we was. So that sort of thing still goes on.
It does, yeah. There's certain groups get involved in recycling. Sometimes they do it as part of another badge sort of thing, and they'll have a month of particular recycling and teaching the children about the recycling, looking after the environment, doing things like that to keep them involved.
Right. So and of course, not the last time, the time before you was here, you brought someone in who developed an app for campfire songs and things, didn't you?
Yes, we did. Lawrence Marshall, who's the media manager for the district, he's developed a map and looks after our website. The app was there to help new leaders learn campfire songs for when they're away on camps, to have a good sing-along of a Saturday evening.
And that's available on all devices?
It's just on Android at the moment. We're hoping to get a few more hits on this, and then we can go over to Apple as well.
Right, so if anybody wants to become a volunteer for the Scouts or think of joining the Scouts, how do they go about it?
The best way to do that is obviously look at our website, which is the 3 Ws, sittingbournescouts.org.uk, which is also on the SFM website link under organisations. Or they can contact me by email, which is dc@sittingbournescouts.org.uk, and my mobile is 0757 866 1075.
Well, thank you very much for coming in Gary, it's been interesting. It's the first time I've ever done this, talking to you. I've found it thoroughly enlightening, and not a lot of things get through my brain. It has to be said. So when are you next going to be in with Tony next?
It's in the second Wednesday of June, and we're hoping to be talking about what we'll be coming up to in June, which is the Scout Community Week.
Right, so it's every second Wednesday in June. The Scouts are on 106.9 SFM. That is good news to you. Thank you very much for that, Gary.
Thank you very much, Mark.
And we'll see you in a month's time.
Yes, we'll do indeed. Thank you.